Hey, how's it going, guys? JJ Wilson is here. This will be JJ Starwind's Corner, episode 34. So, I got a little bit inspired. Shout out to Mr. Zargon7, or iZargon7. He posted an interesting question on his channel. He's also a YouTuber, so big ups to him. He had an interesting question, and I guess it has something to do with the manosphere, since, the manosphere has pretty much turned into a simp sphere, and a sphere that likes to bully other people into their way of belief and thinking. So, he posed this question. He asked whether or not, how come guys that don't play games, video games meaning, why guys who don't play video games have to bash guys that do play video games, and vice versa. That is the main question. And it did have me thinking. So I replied on his comment section as to why I think non-gamers like to bash video gamers. So my take was something like this. So I said, because these guys have to look down on certain people that they feel are unproductive in this particular society, they feel like they're not really putting any value or effort into everyday life. And so they need somebody to make an example out of, and they need somebody to bash in order to boost their ego and validate their pride, so to speak. I didn't write it in that much detail, but you kind of get the idea as to where I'm going here. Basically, it's an ego boost for these dudes. They kind of feel like they have to belittle people that they feel like are losers. They feel like, they're not doing anything worthwhile. And, it validates their manhood, basically. So that's pretty much my take as to why non-game guys that don't play games on a regular basis, or they hate video games, they have to go out of their way to talk down to people that do. But even in the game community, as we all know, because half my subscriber base is gamers, they play games almost every day. So they all know that, hey, there's even beef amongst other gamers, and that's solely based on which console you play. As crazy as that sounds, like they want to build up an imaginary console war, and act like and they want to act like their console is superior to all the other consoles out here. And my last couple of episodes, I was talking about Microsoft and how they're making certain moves to buy up all these game studios so they can earn more money. And they're pretty much getting rid of the competition, so to speak. And there's no guarantee that the games that they're gonna have that they bought from these studios that make the games, there's no guarantee that they're gonna remain multi-plats. So you got certain people out here celebrating this stuff, and they jumping on podcasts and they're talking their shit, and they really feel like, yeah, this is a new beginning and all this other stuff. They're just living a world of delusion. It's a delusion of grandeur. Like, the history doesn't say that. The moves doesn't make a guarantee that this said company is going to rise up and just destroy everything in its path. It's just not going to happen that way. So I don't mean to digress there, but my main point is there's a lot of division even amongst gamers. Besides the people in the manosphere, besides people that don't play games, and they feel some type of way about guys that play games on a daily basis. It's only a half truth that guys don't really do anything with their lives, and they're pretty much on the computer or they're at home all day playing games 6, 8, 10 hours a day, right? That's just a half truth at best. You do have quite a bit of gamers that can balance their work life very well. They can balance their time off gaming, and then when it's time to go to work, when it's time to do your job, or it's the time to run your business, they take time out from gaming and they get down to it. They make their money that way. So that way they're not totally obsessed and they're not fully absorbed into a fake world in video gaming, right? They know the difference between having pleasure and doing business. Okay? So that's my take. What are your thoughts about this question? Again, shout out to Zargon for giving me the idea. Why do you think non-gamers have a tendency to bash video gamers? So that's the question. Feel free to make your comments. And yes, do not be a fanboy. Do not flame other people for your opinion. We're not that type of channel here. So let me your thoughts, and I'll try to come up with another episode soon. Thanks.